right.
Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition, where last time I was progressing down the deep roads. And one of the things I noticed was that, like, I was collecting a lot of items that were higher level. It's also a challenging section, but the bigger issue is just the higher level stuff. I was finding lots of, like, level 20, 21 stuff. And what I'd forgotten, because, like, a lot of these things, especially as you get to these Ultimate Editions, Deluxe Editions, Complete Editions of older video games, is they take the DLC that ends up getting combined with the rest of the story, and they're just with the rest of the story. So, unless you happen to know that they were DLC at the time, like, it's hard to... I didn't remember that they were, in fact, DLC at the time. And the game was expecting you to be a little bit deeper into the... before you actually jumped into it. That's why the... that's why the items were as high level as they are. So I'm going to actually divert my attention to the Fallow Mire today. Instead of going farther into the deep roads. We are going to go to Fallow Mire, where when we went there, enemies were level 12. More things to requisition. But now that we're level 13, you know, that shouldn't be as much of an issue. And we won't be fighting enemies that the game is expecting us to have tougher weapons. Because one of the things, like, even though the enemies themselves auto-leveled to where we were, they were still taking a lot of damage. More specifically, the melee sponge ogre towards the beginning. The melee sponge ogre took tons of hits. Like my daggers barely even registered on its health bar. And then I went about upgrading my weapons based on recipes I found in the deep roads. Diseased tissue. Why do you need diseased tissue? And yeah, the next ogre that we fought, like, it was actually doing something. So hopefully by the next time I come back to the deep roads, my characters will have leveled up a bit and will be able to actually use the weapons that I've already collected. For now, though, let's explore yet another rain-soaked pile of misery, filled with corpses. Well-armed corpses. Oh. I wonder if the fact that I've gotten these better daggers is also going to affect my trip through here too, considering how I basically just one-shotted that corpse. Let's see, can I, or do I have to go around? Like, your characters can't swim, but also, most of the water isn't that deep.
Careful. Disturbing the water draws them out.
I mean, what good is stealth mode if they can just still target me? Oh my gosh. It's like they forgot to, when they were setting up the stealth mode in this game. Like, they forgot to actually make enemies just be unable to see you. Ah. Okay, is this going to be an endless supply of corpses? Like, every time I go into the water, new corpses will emerge? That seems to be the case.
Is that a cheat of some sort?
Take that! Alright, Solus, you're needed to pick this summer stone. Oh. We need a mage to do that. It's very important. Also to energize whatever this is.
Watch out!
Oh. Haha. Oh, hello. Just a lesser terror. Still, all of these tall enemies. The camera and the lock-on system. Like, I feel like...
Seem to draw out the undead. We could use them to fight on dry land.
Keep an eye out for more then.
Oh, hold on. The Veil Fire messages in the Fallow Mire are largely gibberish and imply a kind of paranoia. Certain letters and numbers repeat. It is possible the writing is in code. These Veil Fire runes are interspersed with numbers and mathematical notations. They evoke a clear sense of panic, as if the author was trying to figure out a difficult problem. Math always gives me a sense of panic, so I understand. Where he's coming from. But yeah, I wonder if games need to start kind of like there's the camera system and the lock-on system that the game uses normally. But like maybe developers need to start making alternate camera angles specifically for tall enemies. Like imagine you're fighting the cleric beast. Is one of the ones that sticks out to me as being one of those tall enemies that really ruins the camera of the video game. So much so that every time that I fight the cleric beast in Bloodborne, I always do so with the targeting system off. Oh, okay. There's just so many target points on this compass, and it decides because I'm close to this quest objective, not to show. So maybe like instead of just using your traditional targeting system, maybe like the camera lifts up, backs up a little bit, gives you a more wider open presentation of your character. But it has to be something different than your typical camera angle. Like just now fighting against the tall boys. There were years, this like a apostate Widrus's journal. This thick journal is half undecipherable. The parts that can be read are splattered with ink, as if the author had written them in a hurry. There were years of notes in that book. Years! Who could have taken it or deciphered it? Did someone follow me from the circle? I bet it was Wernham or Claris. They always were jealous, little busybodies. If they saw what I've done, the demons I've harnessed, they'd green with envy. Who's afraid of spirits now, you simpering ooze? But I must have my book back. I will write down the cipher again before I forget. Again, these demons are clever. I can't have them demanding a price for decrypting my own notes. The concoctions I can make with the plans here and save amounts will open my mind to vistas beyond the fade. The demons' hint, it is beyond me because they wish to undermine me. It is so clear. It's so very clear. That's how that tome is meant to be read. So tall boys, like when you're fighting... I feel like I'm all over the place right now. When you're fighting the tall boys in this game, like, if it did that, if the camera just kind of like lifted back and on an angle, kind of like your classic third-person shooter angle, like before Resident Evil 4 showed up and every third-person shooter needed to be like behind, like slightly adjacent from the shoulder. Like there was the day where all third-person shooter camera angles were just straight behind. So instead of being like, I need to fight this man who's right in front of me, maybe like pull it back a little bit. But you would also have to make sure... But then again, like I was going to say, you'd have to make sure that the camera is smart enough to know that. At the same time... Oh, hello. I'll save you, Solus! But then again, this game has gone through a lot of testing. It's not exactly like they didn't play as a melee character at all in the testing part while fighting any of the tall boys. Staring at this set of unreadable runes conjures up strong feelings of bitterness and arrogance in equal measure. They fade slowly. This is an interesting area, I gotta say. Like, I feel like the hinterlands is the area that ruins the game. And, like, Crestwood, Fallow, Mire, the Deep Woods, the desert, the Forbidden Oasis also ruins the game. But, like, these other more story-driven areas, like, they bring it back. Like, hell, there isn't even that much story going on right now. But at the very least, it's a more clear objective that is unique to this region, as opposed to nothing. As opposed to just wander out in that direction, find some shards. Note from Scout. This paper is small and thin, meant for transport by a messenger bird, and somehow not ruined by the rain. Warn the Herald, a life is in the danger if she comes to the mire. Our patrol spotted Ava 3 days ago. We didn't understand why they came down from the Frostbacks until we were captured in an ambush. The leaders said they came because they heard the Inquisition was in the area. They wanted to lure out and kill the Herald of Andraste to win favor with their gods. I escaped, but I can't free the others without help. I found a good camping spot for a rescue party. We'll tend my wounds before heading off. Scout Aubrey Greenholm. That was the last anybody saw of Scout Aubrey Greenholm. Scout Aubrey Greenholm, the Inquisition thanks you for your service. And, well, now, like, the rift isn't really part of the story. Like, Crestwood had, like, pulled in the rifts as, like, part of the story for that area.
Challenge me, or the Inquisition soldiers.
They better be fine, and the ones who took them, they won't be.
Yeah, Sarah, everybody knows that you stand up to the people who attack authority. Hello, random treasure. But yeah, like the rift in Crestwood was tied into the quest line. It was tied directly into the storyline. And like this rift isn't, but that's fine. It's like it's part of the direction you're already going in. Hello.
So, you're Herald of Andraste.
Yes.
I didn't want you dead, Lowlander, but it's not my job. No fears from me.
What are you doing here?
Why aren't you with the other Avar?
Trying to figure out this hole in the world. Never seen anything like it's like.
And you were just...
Spits out angry spirits. Endless. What the sky's trying to tell us? I don't know.
They're called Fade Rifts.
They're caused by the breach in the sky. It was some kind of magic gone wrong.
I know that, Lowlander. I'm talking about the Lady of the Skies. Do you not know her? Can't you see the warning she writes through the bird flocks in the air?
Interesting how widely Ferelden beliefs diverge.
Call me Ferelden again, Elf, and see how far you get.
Why aren't you attacking?
I thought the Avar wanted to fight me.
Our chieftain's son wants to fight you. I'm called in when the dead pile up. Rights to the gods, mending for the bleeding, a dagger for the dying. That's what I do. I don't pick up a blade for a whelp's trophy hunt.
Are my missing people hurt?
The other Avar kidnapped an Inquisition patrol. Are they all right?
A few were injured in the skirmish, but they were alive. Last I saw them. Someone's trained them well. They killed more of us than I thought they would.
Farewell, then.
Watch the water.
This is the first time I've actually opened a Fade Rift. Ah. Oh, hold on. Where is everybody standing? Nobody's really... Solace! Dispel that one! Over there. A rage demon. What's got him so angry? And now we can close it. Although I guess this rift might be deeper into the story.
Have you always lived alone, out in the wilderness as an apostate?
For the most part,
Would that not be incredibly trying?
people can be trying. Mankind, most of all.
That is an excellent point.
Like, bears are incredibly terrible, but have you seen that guy over there? Oh my gosh. Okay, now, Skywatcher, do you have anything new to say?
Aye.
Farewell.
We just closed the rift together, and you have nothing to say. I feel like there is potential dialogue that should have been there, but is not. All right, let us travel west. And towards the next beacon and other activities. Also, there's another rift in this direction.
Look, signs of a plague.
It must have been a terrible illness. No one's come to reclaim the land.
Yeah, the land looks like absolute shit. Like, I don't know what you're expecting. Corpses are coming out of the water. Come on, Solus. Energize. Yeah, we killed that corpse. Oh, hello. Lesser Terror. Oh, there are two Lesser Terrors. Sarah, drink something. Or go into stealth. That's why I gave you the ability in the first place. Oh, more corpse. Oh, never mind. These particular Veilfire runes are completely impenetrable, but staring at them brings about the mental image of some kind of plant, and the impression it is somehow important, and then it fades. Ah. No, okay, that's fine. Let's see, we need to go still more to the west to find another active rift waiting to be closed. Yeah, this one is already open though. Despair demon! Take that! Corpse! Solus, thank you for showing up. Ah, it would be nice if he was closer to that side of the battle. It's okay. Oh my. Yeah, that was a lot of damage to that Revenant. Excellent. And then we will claim this structure of some sort for the Inquisition. The stench of wet fur is so strong, it almost masks the pungent odors of the mire. Almost. Wow, you can barely smell the decrepit flesh over the scent of wet fur. That does not sound like a good time. These demons are clever. Someone's been mixed up with demons in here. Somewhere in here. Oh, hello. I'm pretty sure that is unrelated to the demons, but I must investigate nonetheless. Is he somewhere in this? Or is he outside of this? Like, is he up here? In the den? Like, that's a pretty big search area, I've got to say. Well, at the very least, if he's not in the den... Oh, Summerstone. I do, in fact, need that. Like, it's too bad when you send your agents out to get materials. Like, I just picked up 5 Summerstone from 2 locations. It takes them like 10 to 15 minutes to get the exact same amount of Summerstone. And, like, I suppose I understand that to a point. Where it's like, hey... Where am I now? Okay. Because, like, the game is saying, hey, we want you to do the exploring. We don't want to hand off the exploration to somebody else. And part of the exploring... I think it might be there. I'm going to try there first. part of the finding things is the exploring places. If you explore places, you are more likely to find things. And if you have your companions do the things for you, you are less likely to want to go places to find the things. But because it takes so long to pick up every single individual piece of elf fruit, like, it becomes more of a chore. Ah, here we go.
We hear another artifact.
Oh my gosh. Hit him. I was wondering if he was going to go peacefully, but alas.
Good. That should help strengthen the veil.
Solus slightly approves. I'm still not entirely sure how I can see the character's approval of me. Like, if I look at the characters themselves in their character sheet, it doesn't say that. If I look at... There's no place in the journal. The inventory doesn't show anything. All right, we need to go... Oh, let's just fast travel back to the beacon. That way I can then... This place could benefit from one more camp, but I suppose the beacons kind of become camp-like. As long as you have a fast travel system so you could get around the swamp fairly easily, you don't necessarily need that many camps. Hello, how do you?
It's the Herald!
Sorry, you look like a corpse to me. Let's, yeah, let's tag that so at the very least we know which direction we're going. The compass... Why, hello, ghost! Oh no, corpses! Do they care? Do I care? Ah, I've leveled up. I guess I do care slightly. What am I gonna... Oh. Some of the features on the screen are currently because I'm still in a fight. Okay, we'll worry about that in a second, and that second is now. What was the other thing for this? Yeah, a stronger death blow.
Quite a smell.
Ugh, they're all slimy.
Okay. Please not stand in fire. This perpetual fire that is ever burning. Oh, nope, the fire went out. I see you, corpse, lingering in the background. I got 56 experience points for killing that corpse. I need 20,000 experience points to level up. If I only got experience via killing corpses, that would require... Let's see. What sizable army of corpses would I need to kill? 357 corpses. There's a reason why you level up very slowly in this game. Now, I'm sure other enemies are going to give more experience than the corpse, than the lowly corpse, but considering that they're more plentiful than the tougher enemies. And doing quests is going to give you more experience and finding things. It's almost like, it's like this game gives you like a set amount of experience that you gather by just doing things, and a minimalistic amount of experience by the fighting things. But the majority of what you get is from the doing of stuff. Lesser Terra. Target. Lesser Terra in front of me. Alright, who's hitting Solus? Probably that corpse. And that Lesser Terror.
Good work. We have a path free of corpses back to the shore.
The fewer of these creatures, the better.
And you're getting a lot of power for this region. Like, +2 power per these quests is more than I was expecting. These unreadable runes evoke, for a moment, a sudden overpowering feeling of smug and vengeful triumph. As though a difficult problem has been solved, there is the image of bottled elixir. Then it fades. A cipher written in the last pages of apostate Widris' journal corresponds to the Veilfire writing found in the Fallow Mire. The deciphered messages are notes that, when taken together, form instructions on how to concoct a particularly dangerous poison. It's always a particularly dangerous poison. It's never a particularly dangerous carbonated soda. This carbonated soda will make you want to drink it more often. Maybe twice to 3 times per day. Even if you're not even thirsty, you'll be like, man, I could use a Fallow Mire soda right about now. That would really do the job. Hold on. Who's offering a quest? Is it a letter? It better not be a letter on the side of the road. Because if it's just some random letter inside this house that we somehow knew about, oh boy. Cabin key? Cabin key. That was easier than I was expecting. Oh no! It's ghosts! Waterlogged diary. A diary found in the Fallow Mire. One water-soaked entry, dated 10 days ago, is still legible. The damned roof leaks, and I've been eating boiled roots for a week. I'm squatting in a bog. No one's so much as spit in for 10 years. Still better than the alien age, thank Andraste. That's the last time I visited the city for a while. I'm worried about the gardeners. They weren't sick when I left, and now they're all down with a fever. And their little boy is at death's door, Nigel Marsh. Said we should lock them in their home, the sour codger. Maybe I can bring something to help. Is it deathroot that cures a fever, or elfroot? It can't be deathroot. Can it? Ask Cairo, which is right. It's probably not deathroot. But if... Although I suppose at that point it's like,
Thin here.
The veil's thin here.
Sarah, you got me this time. Your comedy doesn't always hit, but when it does... Shall I stab these corpses? But anyway, there's a product. If you haven't heard of it, it's called Liquid Death. Now, I want you to try to imagine to yourselves what kind of product Liquid Death is. This is an actual thing you could buy at the store. I have purchased it. This product from the store, mind you. I want you to take a moment to think about what kind of product Liquid Death might be. Ponder it. All right. Liquid Death is a beverage. Now, how does that affect your perception of what product it is? It is a beverage you are expected to drink. Ponder it some more. What kind of beverage? Is it a soda? Is it a energy drink? Is it sparkling water? Is it fruit juice? The answer is it's just water. It comes in two varieties, flat and sparkling. It kills your thirst. That's the idea, is that it kills your thirst. It is Liquid Death because it is the death of your thirst.
More undead!
They're endless! Run for the castle!
No, I will stab this one. And then I will stab this one.
Time for the castle, yeah?
No, still stabbing. Solus, try not... Alright, I guess we'll go to the castle. If everyone's going to...
Time for the castle, yeah?
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, hello. Out of the fire and into the fireplace? Very rude. Although this is definitely an interesting setup for an area. The idea that you'd have to like run from a set of like just kind of infinitely spawning bad guys, just to find yourself surrounded by more bad guys. Ooh, loot. Hold on. Also, why does it sound like there's like a weird baby cry in the background of like the ambient music? Every so often it's like oh, a mosaic piece. Yeah, a Bianca piece. Did we really need a different camera angle for that? Like, this is the thing. You don't need a cutscene for everything. Look at where this switch is placed. From this point, I can see... But I suppose they don't want anybody to be confused. And that's... I can forgive them for that. Like, maybe they could have moved a tree out of the way. Maybe they could have done a better job outlining this gate with lights. That way it stands out from the location where you're pulling said switch. But... Oh. Direction am I... Did I miss one? Hold on. I think... Yeah, that locked door might have had an additional treasure, but because I didn't scan the floor... Shred of blue. Here the rain upon the leaves, above the sky lies gray. A shred of blue would be denied, alas, he could not stay. There was a stir within his blood, and the dreams lay thick upon him. A call did beat within his heart, one road was left before him. Rhymed him with him, that's the same word. This absolute piece of shit poetry writer. I'm just kidding. Hear the rain upon the leaves, above the sky lies gray. A shred of blue would be denied, alas, he could not stay. See how the rain was washed away, the tears that you were crying? Though the darkness calls me down, you know we all are dying. Hear the rain upon the leaves, above the sky lies gray. A shred of blue wouldn't be denied, alas, he could not stay. And so he came upon the place where so many tread before, one last look upon the world before he crossed that final door. Hear the rain upon the leaves, above the sky lies gray. A shred of blue would be denied, alas, he could not stay. Birds reel across the endless sky, above a house upon the plain. In memory she sings to him of a time before the rain. Sweet Andraste, hear our song, for his road will be ours too. Before darkness claims our souls, let us see that shred of blue. Hear the rain upon the leaves, above the sky lies gray. A shred of blue would be denied, alas, he could not stay. Oh, that's why you've got the repeated stanza. Because they're meant for a song. And you need to have your chorus. Well, writer unknown.
Like to have been here for
I'm sure he would have loved it. Writer unknown. I'm sorry, but I did not necessarily care for your song, especially the fact that you rhymed him with him. Now, if you rhymed him with him, like, then I would have been okay with that. To emphasize that it's a song. But alas, maybe next time. Unknown writer. Hello. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one just flew. Yeah, I think the Avar have made the incorrect choice on their enemy. Maybe they should not have aimed to fight the Herald of Andraste.
Herald of Andraste, face me.
That's
I am the hand of Korth himself.
that's why I'm here. Ah, son of a... No, you won't. Not the hands of Korth. Okay, but first, where is this Grey Warden treasure?
I think Blackwall would have liked to have been here for this.
He would have.
Herald of Andraste.
It is I, the Herald of Andraste.
All right. Yes, your worship. The injured need some rest, but we can return on our own.
I can't believe the Herald came for us.
I told you he'd come.
All right. Have we done everything here? I think. Maybe. Damn you, Skywatcher. All right, Luke Skywatcher. Let's see what this guy wants.
Your god looks after you, Herald.
Yeah,
There lies the brat. His father, chief of our holding, would duel me for the loss if he cared enough.
work for me.
The Inquisition has a purpose your chief lacks.
Is this why the Lady of the Skies led me here? To help heal the wounds in her skin? Aye, I'll join you. Let me make peace with my kin and I'll find where you set your flag.
You'll find where I set my flag and flagon. Ah, good enough, I suppose. Is that door still locked? Is there another locked door over at the castle? That seems to be the impression I'm getting. Maybe there's one downstairs as well as upstairs.
Your abilities are remarkable, Seeker. It is fascinating to see how you and the Templars negate magic.
Have you never encountered Templars before?
Only at a distance. I am an apostate after all.
And they never caught up with you even once?
I am a very careful apostate.
Okay, it's probably that door up top. So in that case, we apparently have a prisoner to judge. And also, we need to talk to Blackwall and be like, hey, guess what? There was some pretty cool Grey Warden things that we found. So cool. You won't even believe how cool these Grey Warden things. If only you were there to see it. It's too bad. Although I suppose on that note, like imagine if like you were able to just take everybody with you everywhere you went. So like you're just traveling the countryside with like a squad of like 8 people.
Heard you found something that had to do with wardens.
Yep.
Would have liked to have seen it.
Yep. We just left it there. We didn't take it with us, even though it looked like
It was an archdemon, they say.
we took it with us. We just removed it from the world, and it was never seen again. Alright, let's see whose head we have to cut off. And then we'll actually, a little bit of a shorter episode today. Because the Fallow Mire is a very, like that, Fallow Mire is like a perfect example of what I want out of Dragon Age Inquisition area. Crestwood is a perfect example of what I want out of Inquisition area. Forbidden Oasis is a load of shit. Hinterlands, an even bigger load of shit. Like, the Storm Coast? Storm Coast is great. I got no beef with the Storm Coast. But, like, having this kind of, like, gigantic area that's cumbersome to explore. Just a bunch of collection objectives.
This was a surprise. After you return from the bogs, we discovered this man attacking the building with a goat. Movran the Under. He feels slighted by the killing of his Avar tribesmen, who repeatedly attacked you first. What should we do with him? Where should he go? You answered the death of your clan with a goat?
A courtroom?
Ah, that's the dad.
You killed my idiot son, and I answered, as is my custom, by smacking your holdings with goat's blood.
Don't look at me.
No foul. He meant to murder Tevinters, but got feisty with your Inquisition. A red-headed mother guarantees a brat.
I don't know if I like this.
Inquisitor. My clan yields. My remaining boys have brains still in their heads.
What are these choices? Arm and exile him from Deventer, no. Drive them out of my lands. Is it called a gibbet? Okay, let's try out. It would be nice to know what that means.
Oh, I don't know. He could go in that... what's it called? A gibbet? Chief Movran, you'll be placed in a gibbet to serve as an example to... someone. Then probably released.
Gibbet? Gibbet? Gibbet?
So is that like a cage that's going to be suspended in the air?
I asked Mother Giselle, and she said you're wrong.
Probably. Does it matter? They're just
Like, if I go somewhere in this camp, am I going to find him? Or whatever, we'll accept it. For now, though, guiding suggestions for something to play next, leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.